Okay, this is a requested video. Hey Summit, I'm gonna flash your name across the screen right here. Asked me to do this video for people with protein sensitive hair who also have high porosity hair. Now, I can relate to the whole high porosity thing because my hair loses moisture quickly, but I really feel like I've decreased my porosity with my whole protein, keeping up with my protein treatments. And I have a video about that, how to decrease your hair's porosity from a long time ago. I'll link that in the description box. Okay, so what do? How do you manage your hair if your hair is protein sensitive, but it's also highly porous? Okay, this is what you do. The key to this is knowing when your hair needs protein and when it does need protein, because when you know what your hair is feeling, your hair is like a plant. It's almost living, okay? You need to be attuned to your hair. Sense it. Sense your hair's feeling. And then you can figure out, okay, do I need to add more? Do I need to take some away? That way you don't go overboard. That way you never harm your hair because you know exactly what your hair needs. So this is what you do. When your hair needs more protein, so I'm thinking if you're saying that your hair is protein sensitive, you would probably mean that anytime you put protein or do a heavy protein treatment, it tends to break off and get brittle. That's what I'm feeling like. This is how you avoid it. Know what state your hair is in before you attempt to do or not do a protein treatment. So figure out what your hair needs, and then you'll never have to deal with the sensitivity because you'll never go beyond the boundaries of what it is your hair requires of you. The best way to do this is just to have like loose hair. Don't do it while your hair is a mini twist, okay? Just have loose hair and just take a couple strands of your hair, right? Take an individual strand, like I just got an individual strand here. Pull it. You literally want to pull it. A good thing to do would be to take some shed hair. That way you're not damaging your hair, but I don't really care. I'm very gentle and I'm very meticulous about being healthy with my hair, but little things like that, because I'm not constantly checking and I have kind of a time gauge on my hair now because I know it so well. But for you, if you really want to be extra meticulous, just get a piece of shed hair. Usually I'll just do it on my head and damage a strand of hair, but don't do that. The proper thing to do is get a shed hair that's fallen out of your head naturally, okay? So then take it, pull it. You want to pull that hair, and if it's really gummy and stretchy like an elastic band, if it's really elasticy, then it needs more protein. Again, if it's really elasticy, it needs more protein. But if it's kind of tough, if it doesn't stretch very much and if it breaks immediately, like it doesn't have a lot of give to it and it just breaks, then your hair has had too much protein. You have to stop. Just do a deep conditioner, normal moisturizing deep condition that has absolutely no protein, no keratin, okay, just moisture. That's how to handle the protein sensitivity aspect of your hair. Protein naturally fills in the gaps in your hair. So when you have adequate protein in your hair is adequately filled in, it loses less water and your hair is naturally less porous. But aside from the protein, which is the biggest thing that's going to stop your hair from losing moisture so quickly and being so dry, you need to be on your sealing game. And in my video, Coconut Oil Does Not Seal, listed down below as well, I talk about how coconut oil does not seal because it's a penetrating hair oil, okay? And in order to seal your hair, you need to use oils and butters and puddings and souffles that do not penetrate. And the easiest way to do that is pretty much everything. Everything seals except for 3 oils. The 3 oils that don't seal are coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil. Okay, so as long as you steer clear of those 3 oils, everything else seals. So it's pretty easy to find a sealing oil. Just stay away from the 3 oils that penetrate because they will not seal because they penetrate, okay? So yeah, that's it. And my favorite sealing method of choice is to have water. Make sure your hair is wet or very damp. Do a penetrating oil. My favorite oil to use underneath everything is extra virgin olive oil. You can also use coconut oil. My favorite penetrating is extra virgin olive oil because it never solidifies. Okay, so extra virgin olive oil. Then I like to put my leave-in conditioner, and that's usually a normal conditioner. I use my normal rinse out conditioners as leave-ins, okay? So right now I'm using the Suave Refreshing waterfall mix. So that's how I do it. I do it 1, 2, and the third, what's gonna lock it in. Now you can just use a butter mix, or a pudding or souffle. I really love, the best options are the pudding, the butter mixes, and the pudding or souffle because they're thick. They're really gonna get it on. So again, it's basically the lock method. Just water, oil, leave-in conditioner, and then a hair pudding. You can buy any hair pudding on the market. I mixed up my own shea butter mix, but I do have my eyes on some really awesome hair puddings because I love hair puddings because they're thick oil and water emulsions, and they're not going to leave so much of an oily residue on my hair. Although the way in which I seal my hair with the butters, I don't use too much, so it's not that oily, but I do know for a fact that it is a little bit more oily naturally than a hair pudding would be, because a butter mix is not an emulsion. There's a higher content of oil, therefore my hair is naturally going to be a little bit more oily. And I love for my hair to feel not oily to the touch, but I don't mind it too much. Even though I love it, it's not the be-all end-all. That's why I use butter mixes all the time, because it's not that big of a deal to me. But if I want to be like super pampering, holy grail, oh we so fancy, this is so luxurious, I'm definitely going to use a pudding, a hair pudding. Again, because it does not leave an oily film. It leaves less of an oily film, let's be clear, because puddings are just thick butter and water emulsions. Most of the time, shea butter, mango butter, whatever. You can use an oil, it doesn't have to be a butter, but usually puddings are highly based in butter. Butter, water, preservative, other oils, essential oils, whatnot. So that's my spiel on how to deal with the whole situation of having highly porous and protein sensitive hair. To review now, be in tune with your hair and know whether or not it needs moisture or protein, okay? And I told you how to do the strand test with the shed hair. And number 2, make sure you're on your sealing game. My favorite way to do it is basically the lock method, and as I said, in a perfect world, it's water, oil, leave-in conditioner, hair pudding. Okay, that's my perfect mix for sealing the hair on a weekly wash day basis. Okay, I really hope this helps you. I hope you enjoyed it, and it was a pleasure to do this video for you. Okay, and yeah, talk to y'all later. Later.